Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Went slightly off topic, but I think it makes sense. Again, continuing on that trajectory, talking about the subjects that matter, if and when I notice them. And, we're speaking about philanthropists and, the few of the Reggae Boyz there in recent years. And also over the last string of weeks, we've seen them do charitable work with either with their foundation. So there you have Leon Bailey with the Leon Bailey Foundation, or the captain, the skipper, Andre Blake, giving back to his former alma mater. And we've seen that, as I said, over the last couple of weeks and counting. And again, just like that, we have another Reggae Boy. And what that means is that once more, another Reggae Boy has extended his charitable donations. And you guys have probably seen this one. It did catch my eye earlier on in the daytime for me. And I thought, why not go ahead and play a short video followed by some key information there as it relates to Mr. Damion Lowe. And for those of you who haven't caught wind, our vice captain, Mr. Lowe, has donated to special needs school. So we are going to touch on a little bit about his donation. And he's not new to charitable work. He isn't new to giving back. It's something that he has done in the past, again, similar to his countrymen, his compatriot, the Leon Bailey, and also the captain, Mr. Andre Blake. So Mr. Bailey, Mr. Blake, and also Mr. Lowe giving back when it matters. And let's just remind ourselves that it isn't mandatory for these players to give back, be it to their communities or to their former preschool, prep school, or colleges. It's not something that they have to do. So when they do it, I think it's definitely worth a conversation. Whether you want to have a conversation at length, that's entirely down to you. But saying that to say, I don't think it's something that should be ignored or swept under the carpet for obvious reasons. When they're doing bad, people like to talk about it. So when they're doing good, it should be equal to all the bad press that they sometimes get. Let's have a conversation. Let's place those flowers firmly at their feet, if and when. And that's what I'm about to do with Damion Lowe. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and play a short video there, and then we're going to just segue and speak about Damion Lowe and the fact that, as it says there in front of you, Damion Lowe donates to special needs school. I will be telling you guys all about that in a short while. Do watch the video. Don't worry if you can't hear anything. It was done with intent by myself, because I will be speaking to you guys afterwards. So do go ahead and just keep your eyes on the screen, okay?
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
It's early in the season. Come here at the end of the season, we're going to see when you guys face adversity, how you guys handle it, and that's when I'm going to know if you're actually in a title race or if this is early season form. Because we've seen this before with other teams like Tottenham. They have 30%. They probably get adversity. They call off. I'm not saying that's going to happen 100%, but I think by the end of the season, Arsenal, and Man City will separate themselves from the pack. And maybe you're going to see Chelsea fighting for top four. You're going to see Liverpool solidify themselves in third. That's personally what I think is going to happen. But right now, I think it's way too early to say 100% Chelsea or Liverpool are in this title.
Right, so we're going to stick a pin in it. Perfect. Thumbs up. We're going to keep it there. Hopefully you guys can hear me in the comments section. If you can't, do let me know, and I will go ahead and make some necessary adjustments if needs be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some meat to the bones of what you guys have just looked at as it relates to that video there that was played of not Andre, Damion Lowe again, once more sitting in the driving seat as it relates to donations giving back to charity. So it says here, Damion Lowe Printwear Group donate to special needs school in Rockford, Kingston, Jamaica. Reggae Boyz vice captain Damion Lowe has demonstrated his commitment to community upliftment by making a donation to the Stimulation Early Childhood Development Center located in Rockfort, Eastern Kingston, the neighborhood where he grew up. In collaboration with Printware Group, Lowe contributed a multifunction printer and 4 TV sets to the school to enhance educational resources for the students. That report there also says the multifunction printer package, valued at over $1 million, is supported by a lifetime service package, which ensures the center has access to unlimited ink and toner, service calls, preventative maintenance, and remote monitoring, enhancing both its administrative and educational capabilities. The TVs were requested by the institution to aid in audio visual learning in the classrooms. The Stimulation Early Childhood Development Center, opened in 2018, serves over 190 children with disabilities, including cerebral palsy, autism, Down syndrome, development delays, sensory impairments, and behavioral challenges like ADHD. The new resources will enhance our ability to print educational materials and introduce more audio-visual learning opportunities, said Antonica Gunter-Gale, principal of the center. She continued by saying, "We are grateful for Damion Lowe's generosity and the partnership with Printware Group." Dominic Walker, CEO of Printware Group, was happy to give back. She stated, "These students will now benefit from an enriched learning environment with the support of the multifunction printer and TV sets." And that article continued there by wrapping up with the following paragraphs. It does say, Lowe expressed his pride in contributing to his community. He stated, it's always a great feeling to give back, especially when it involves helping students with special needs. This is just a small gesture compared to the work of the teachers, parents, and caregivers. I'm grateful to be able to support what they do. Lowe also called for additional support. He stated, there's still a need for more TV sets and also air conditioning units for the classrooms. I encourage anyone who can help to fill this gap. So as I said there, guys, more good news there as it relates to the Reggae Boyz. They're going off and helping out where they can, be it in their through their community, or I should say communities, or helping out somewhere else along the line. I do want to emphasize that this is completely, definitely not mandatory. They're not obligated to help anyone, but it is without a shadow of a doubt great to see. Now, one thing I think we've all picked up on here is the two similarities there between Andre Blake and also Damion Lowe. I think it's quite obvious to say that, at least they come under the same what do you want to call it now, marketing company. So both of them, Damion Lowe and Andre Blake, clearly come under the same marketing company, Leep Marketing, and that one clearly there is being led by Miss Tanya Lee. So I will echo what I've already stated as it relates to Tanya Lee. It goes about saying that she is undoubtedly doing an outstanding job at marketing our players, be it the footballers and also our athletes as well, where track and field is concerned. I think, from an outsider looking on, when you look at the wonderful and the fabulous work that Tanya Lee is doing, she, for me, is, and I hope people don't take offense to this, but for me, she is almost giving us a taste of foreign from inside Jamaica. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean by that. If you don't, let me know and I'll try to maybe articulate that one better for you all. And as I said, she's not just marketing the Jamaican footballers, but she's also doing extremely well when it comes to track and field, namely with the young Jaydon Hibbert and the excellent work that she's done with him. Typically, the reason why I'm so pleased to see what she's doing is because traditionally, the delivery of her work is typically typically carried out by, sorry to say, it is typically carried out by white men of a particular demographic. So as I said on recent live stream when I was talking about, how well Jaydon Hibbert and Andre Blake is being marketed by Miss Tanya Lee and Leep Marketing, I will echo what I've already stated and double down on what I've already stated, that it is refreshing and inspirational to see a young Black Jamaican woman excel when it comes to marketing our players and our athletes. And it's not just she's not just doing it in one specific sport. She's doing it in football. She's doing it in athletics. I believe she's even doing it where racing and driving is concerned as well. Again, with our Jamaican athletes. So it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see what she's doing, and it's definitely helping these players, especially where the footballers are concerned, because there's so many negativity involving or surrounding football in general, especially when you look at players and the talk about players and their salaries. That seemed to rub people up the wrong way. I will echo what I've said, that it's not mandatory for any player or athlete to give back to any charity or create a charity of their own. So it is wonderful when they do it. And the way that they're currently being marketed by Leap Marketing there, I think, it's definitely helping to show the human side of these players and athletes. And goes without saying, long may it continue. As it relates to Jaydon Hibbert, I'm definitely pleased for that young man. I think, the way, aside from what he does on the field, in terms of how he's being marketed, I am so pleased with him, pleased for him, I should say. I think he has it in his arsenal to be one of the leading faces there of athletics. I definitely think he seems like someone who has the right personality, marketed extremely well. If you're not following him on Instagram, you are absolutely doing yourself a disservice. You're missing out. For all the young and upcoming athletes, be it your footballers, your basketball players, your tennis players, or maybe ones that do track and field, I think from what I can see, he's really the blueprint for you. I'm not saying to go and copy him, but definitely learn from what he's doing. And even if you're not up and coming, you could be older than him. He's still a baby Hibbert. So even if you are still older than him, I think there's much to learn from how he's being marketed and how he's being presented to us. And again, much of that is down to Miss Tanya Lee and Leap Marketing. One of the things that I love about how he's being marketed is the opportunity that's come from said marketing. So, over the summer weeks back, he did a post on Instagram, hence this graphic right in front of you, where basically he announced his first ambassador deal. And you don't really need me to tell you who the deal is with. Clearly it's with KFC. But so it was, almost like two wonderful bit of news, his first ambassador deal, and in doing so, he became the first track and field brand ambassador for KFC Jamaica. So I thought, what, that was unbelievable bit of news. I was a little bit surprised about that. I was like, really? First, given our prowess when it comes to track and field, given the number of athletes that we have birthed over the years, over the decades, I was a little bit taken back by that one. Definitely I'm surprised to come across that bit of news, but take nothing away from the young man. Happy for what he's doing, both on the field, I should say, and also off it. Long may it continue. I do hope that his career continues to grow from strength to strength, both, as I said, on the field and also off it as well. So to reiterate, wonderful stuff being done there by Leap Marketing with our track and field, with our athletes, and also with our footballers. Long may it continue. Charity is something that I am definitely keen on. I think, if this channel grows in the direction that I want it to, and I'm able to flex my muscles a bit, apart from being able to hopefully one day employ maybe one or two of our persons to work with me, I would definitely love to put myself in a position where I could offer some sort of support. Namely, mainly, I should say, where mental health is concerned. I would love to put myself in a position where I could assist and help and support those in need. I think, there's so much going on in our community at the moment. It's just in the diaspora is one thing, but more so in Jamaica. It's just almost as if people are just living through a nightmare, with multiple challenges that they have to go through, and they still have to force themselves to get up and go and make ends meet. And for a lot of people, that's extremely challenging. And unfortunately, the whole conversation about well-being and mental health, unfortunately, it's still there's still a negative stigma attached to it. So a lot of people probably don't feel comfortable enough to speak about their mental well-being, because when someone is probably not their usual self or doesn't seem normal, whatever normal is, unfortunately, our community, I reckon, because of a lack of education, people like that often get labeled as mad or crazy, when sometimes it's far from that. They just need a bit of help and support, and I would love to be able to be part of that change that could help to remove the stigma around mental health and well-being, and just to remind people that it's okay to not be okay. But all of that costs money. So that's what I'm saying, hopefully if the channel grows in the right direction, that's definitely something that I would love to be able to do. And maybe it might not be a case of the channel growing in that direction. If there's anyone out there that's able to assist with offering some support, mental health support to people in Jamaica, then let's see if we can work together and make it happen. What I have in mind is therapy, talking therapy. Maybe it could be done for, I don't know, depends on what's feasible, say minimum 2 people per year. So let's say 10 sessions each, where they're able to speak with an expert. And that expert don't necessarily have to be based in Jamaica. Their therapist don't necessarily have to be in Jamaica. Could be done via Zoom, could be done over a phone call, WhatsApp, whatever is more affordable and feasible. So that's something there that I have in mind. Again, if there's anyone out there that's able to assist to make that dream of mine come to a fruition, yeah, let's work together and see what's what. Let's see what can be done for the greater good. Yes, mine is the 24th. Good memory, Yardman style. Like up the channel as you enter, please. Yeah, please do go ahead and like up the channel, guys. Tonight the center of the focus definitely belongs to the Reggae Girls. I'm sure you guys would have seen the thumbnail already, but I did decide for the first 20 minutes or so or less to talk about Mr. Damion Lowe and his charitable donation. Definitely think that one was worthy of a conversation. Talawa TV in the house, Hail, Crystal, and those in the chat. Mr. Yee, good day to yourself. I hope you're in good health. Those of you who are just tuning in, I hope that you're in good health as well. The move is big for the fan base also. Yeah, I hope it's something that doesn't get swept under the carpet, because Damion Lowe, a bit like Leon Bailey, he's had his fair bit of bashing from our fan base. So as I said, if you can talk about the negatives as it relates to a particular player, then surely you should be able to talk about the positives as well and what he's is doing. And it's not something that it's new to him. Giving back to charities, it's something that just happened overnight. He's been doing it, I believe, since around the pandemic, 2021. So he's not new, he's not a stranger to giving back. But I just think that relationship there between Damion Lowe and Tanya Leep Marketing, Jaydon Hibbert, Andre Blake. It's so wonderful to see you guys, and someone like Tanya Lee, she's working in a male-dominated industry. You ask any woman who works in sport or in football just how straining that job can be, just how difficult that job can be. And she's probably worked through, I can't speak for her, but she's probably navigated through multiple isms. You know, like for me, those isms that I'm referring to is your ageism, your sexism, your racism, but she's doing an excellent job. So long may it continue. All right.